Warning: the Chaotic Culture Podcast is a program for mature audiences. The language and content presented in this podcast is of a mature nature that some audiences may not find suitable. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. This message is brought to you by W Energy. Are you a gamer, streamer, podcaster, content creator, just a gym nut? Looking for a boost of energy without the jitters or crash? Then W Energy is the way to go. No calories, no sugar, no fillers, no artificial colors. Just an energy drink packed with multiple vitamins and neurofactor. Go to www.w.gg to order your tub of W Energy now and use promo code ChaoticCulture1 to get 10% off your order. With that, let's get the show started.
You are now tuned in to the Chaotic Culture Podcast.
It's the KKP on your mother flipping airways. Hear the name ringing through the halls and the stairways. You were listening to a pod that can segue. All the latest topics guaranteed to fill your headspace. It's a safe place to voice your opinion. Say what you feel just like you're a kid again. Kid to pro and friends black as obsidian. Chaotic culture, that's the world we living in. So what's the word?
And good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Chaotic Culture Podcast, the pod where chaos rules and black culture is supreme. Brought to you by W Energy, the official sponsor of the Chaotic Culture Podcast. Use promo code ChaoticCulture1 to get 10% off of your order. This podcast will deep dive into modern black culture and how millennials and Gen Z can navigate the crazy parts from finances, music, black business highlights, home ownership, HBCUs, sports, black nerdom, anime, wrestling. If it encompasses black culture, we are going to cover it. Live from the 757, I am the host and the creator of the Chaotic Culture Podcast. This is your boy, Ked the Pro, a.k.a. the Calculator Millennial, a.k.a. the Encore presentation. Now, can I get an encore? Do you want more? A.k.a. your favorite toxic adjacent king, Ked the Poet, Ked the Closer, all of that good shit. The 843 is me, but VA is where I stay. Always chaotic, never toxic most days. Back again, once again, with your favorite black culture highlights and black culture shenanigans. Once again, happy Black History Month. You already know what time it is. It is again another Black creator highlight. And this week, we have a very interesting creator, so to speak. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying this is not safe for work. For those who do not know what that means, this might get a little graphic. So we're going to talk about some things that are not common to the Chaotic Culture Podcast in an aspect. So I will tell my mom, please don't watch this episode unless you just want to hear about a certain kind of business. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. But in any case, I definitely wanted to bring this actual streamer and business owner about, because again, we are highlighting black people who are out here in the world making changes. And of course, this young lady has a business of her own that we wanted to highlight. So for those who are not familiar, of course, this young lady goes by the name of Jayy Tha Goddess. She has plenty of other names that she could talk about, like J Squared and other things like that. But Jayy Tha Goddess is something that, well, at least I call her, as well as her legal name, which we will not drop in here unless she says something completely off kilter. But anyway,
don't do me.
No, I'm not gonna do that. But Jay, if you could please introduce yourself, ma'am.
I don't have like a super bomb intro like that, like Ked. So I am Jay. Jayy Tha Goddess, J Squared, J 2 times. Whatever you want to call me, I don't really care. Bad influence, that's my business. That's a name that I got that we'll talk about, I guess, in a little bit. But that's me all the time.
Hey, well, we appreciate you joining us here for the Chaotic Culture Podcast. Now, before we actually get started with the episode itself, we always do a mental health check, and that's pretty much where we ask how we're doing, how we're feeling, things that we've gone through, and of course, if we're seeking any therapy or things like that. For me, I'll start it off. This week has actually been pretty decent. Had no issues. I've had some things that I'm getting ready to work on and getting ready to put in the works and put in motion that, of course, I will not talk about on this podcast yet. but I will eventually reveal all in good time, the things that I've been doing in my personal life to make sure that I am fully prepared to what comes next. But other than that, it was a decent week. Didn't have any real, major issues or anything like that. I actually went to an R&B block party this past Saturday, and
Yeah.
I actually got a chance to have some good fun. It was, interesting to see the different age groups that come when you say R&B block party, but still, it was a pretty decent sized crowd. And I had hella fun because you had different DJs coming to play different R&B music, whether it was, music now or music in the 80s, music in the 90s, music in the 2000s, things of that nature. But I definitely had an amazing time. My frat brother and I went out there and we had a ball to the point now where, if for those who know, usually like if I'm standing up for long periods of time or walk around for long periods of time, my ankle will swell because I've had problems with my left ankle since marching. So yeah, I woke up this morning and I was like, oh God, I can't get up out of bed. Like it was a struggle. So I had to do
But
my
you had
daily
fun.
stretches in the
That
night.
was today's problem.
Oh well,
Yesterday
yeah.
was fun.
I
Today
had
we
I,
gonna deal with the problem.
yeah, I definitely had fun. I had a lot of fun. So but yeah, I finally got, feeling back in my ankle again and I started walking around. So I'm good now. But yeah, it was a struggle getting up this morning. But I had a lot of fun. Met a lot of people, saw a couple of people that I think were there, but they didn't not deny or confirm whether they were there or not. I saw someone that looked like somebody I knew. So I was like, hey, are you here? And she hadn't responded yet. But I'm like, whatever, if I saw you, cool. If I didn't, it is what it is. But definitely got a chance to meet some new people and had a good time. And as Jay likes to say, did I shake ass? I, mm.
Yeah, you did. That was not a no. You shook that ass. Come on.
I,
Made me
I, I had
proud.
fun. I had fun. That's I'm gonna leave it at that. But in any case, this week was pretty good for me. Jay, how was your week and how's your mental health been, ma'am?
My week was good. I've been chilling, working, holding it down, strong, independent black woman.
Of
Ready to
course.
clock out sometimes, but it's lit. We here, we still standing. We sitting right now, which is new. But
Well,
it was a good week. It's been honestly, a really good start to 2024. I'm excited for the things I have planned this year, and whatever I have planned, if it happens, great. If it doesn't, there's always the next year, But mental health wise, I'm great. I'm chilling. I'm having a great time.
good. That's good to hear. Are there any plans that you want to talk about right here and right now that you haven't discussed, or are we under NDA? Like we can't talk about it yet.
We can talk about it. It does have to do with the business, so if you want to wait.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, let's work that into that. So I'm just gonna preface this once again, ladies and gentlemen. This business is called Bad Influence, as she has stated before. Now, I'll let her explain what that business is, but again, this is not for your kids. If you are under the age of 21, I'm going to say not even 18. If you're under the age of 21, this is probably the podcast for you. And if you're over a certain age, again, you probably don't want to tune in because again, this might get real graphic or you might hear something real graphic. But either
You
way,
will.
we're here. As I tell all my guests, you're more than allowed to cuss. In general, I try to tell people to dial it back a little bit as far as like F bombs or anything like that. But again, this is a not safe for work episode, so whatever happens, happens. So in this case, feel free to do whatever the hell you so choose. Just again, we warned you, and I may have to throw up the the viewer discretion is advised on this
You
episode
will.
because I have not done that in a while. But yeah, this episode I'm definitely going to. So all right. Now with that in mind, tell us a little bit more about this business, Jay.
So for a long time, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just like trying a bunch of stuff, seeing if I like it, seeing if it sticks, and I just had this epiphany one day, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you love this thing. You can do it for a living. Like, do what you love." And when people say do what you love, like literally do it. So I'll start with the name. The name was actually inspired during DreamCon. Shout out to Kayla Lynette. Because
Oh no, Kayla was the one who did it. Oh, damn.
Kayla was the one who called me this. So
Ah.
long story short, I was seducing people to drink, and she was just like, you are a bad influence, you are bad news, you are this and that. So when I finally decided what I wanted to do as a career, I was like, I am a bad influence, and I am that girl. I do peer pressure. Why are you babysitting your drink? What did you smoking?
Oh.
What did you do? Like I'm that person. Like to a certain extent. I won't go too far.
Okay.
If you say no, I'll understand. But I am not to like hype myself, but I am definitely the life of the party. So when I decided to start my business, I named her Bad Influence, and she is an anime-based adult toy line. And I say anime-based just because I want to get to the point. I know, like, I see in my head where this business is going.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna always speak it into existence. I'm gonna call it what it is, even if it's not there yet. I'm working on making my own anime characters. I do have a few. I'm naming them, writing fanfics for them, stickers, all types of things, cosplay, lingerie, like all that stuff is coming. Right now, we just had the toys. We got all the toys, all the fun stuff, but the anime will slowly get pushed in, and that's exciting. So that is Bad Influence.
Okay. Now, just to circle back, I know that you said that you just had like an epiphany. Now, was it an epiphany out of nowhere, or was it one of those things that something had sparked the idea, like an outside influence that just gave you that idea? Like, wait a minute, light bulb.
Light bulb. Honestly, it was literally just out of nowhere. I was like watching TV, laying down, and I was like, sex toys. Like literally just like that. I was just like, sex toys. I could sell sex toys.
Wow.
I
Well,
sex. I like talking about sex. I enjoy it. Like my friends,
let's talk about
they
sex,
know.
baby.
Okay. My friends call me at like 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Girl, I was having sex last night. They give me all the detail. Like they know I'm the one you call when you want to talk about it because I want to hear about it.
Oh, really?
I want to know. I love when people tell me like, girl, I got me some. I be like, for real? I love that for you.
Wow, man, not you the go-to for the sex stories.
I am. Tell me. I want to know.
Hey, listen, more power to you in that regard. And it's crazy how an idea can just come out of nowhere just because of something you love, like the idea of us loving sex and you just saying, oh, sex toys, oh, business. Like that's
business.
Yeah. that's crazy.
Yeah, it was really just that, and I have that with like a lot of things I want to do in life. I'm just like, it's not just a me thing. It's not like, oh, I like me having sex. Like I love seeing how excited people are to tell me like, girl, I did this, and I was that, like, and that's how I am with like sex, with food, with like things like that, like traveling. Like I get excited when I see other people excited about stuff. So I'm like, maybe one day I'll open a restaurant because I love watching people eat good food and like enjoy food and like stuff like that. So it started with sex though. Hey.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that idea. And once again, first and foremost, congratulations for being able to come up with a business like this. It is very unique because, as you said, it's going to be anime-based sex toys. And, again, for this podcast, it's definitely out there for us to talk about it. But, we adults, we all adults here, we all grown. So, I mean, the subject is going to get touched on one way or the other. Regarding...
He said,
y'all, this is what I got to deal with on a daily basis. Just to let y'all know.
If you ever see me, if I'm ever coming on this show, no, we're going to talk about something crazy. Okay,
yes.
Never a normal day with me.
It's never a normal conversation with her either. Like anytime that I call, we always talking about some crazy ass shit.
No, we not. It's normal. We have great conversation.
We do. They're just crazy. I'm not. Hey, listen. The conversations are great. Yeah, we'll say it like that. Regarding the actual sex toy lines that you're going to be putting out, is that the only thing that you're working on right now, or do you want to go like in the same lane as Spencer's or like any other adult themed store, like eventually having like stuff that are for, you know, gags and things of that nature, or just like a lingerie line, stuff like that?
So first of all, we already have gags if you guys want them. But
okay.
But I have, like, when I talk about the business, I do tell people I want it to be along the lines of a Spencer's. Like, I love going into Spencer's and it's like, oh, t-shirts, oh, mugs, oh, games, oh, dicks on a wall. Like, I want it I want it to be like that. Like, we're growing into that. And that's why I always, when I first launched it, I put out a video saying I want to involve the community. Like, I want to collab with people because I want them to be able to sell their stuff. Like, I'm about to out myself. I follow this guy that makes NSFW like anime videos, and I'm like, people could sell those, like, you know, back in the day, them DVDs or the Playboy magazine and stuff like that. Like, we could all work together. I can't do all this stuff by myself. I don't know how to. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not a seamstress. I'm not, like, I want to incorporate everybody's stuff because everybody has something to offer. And I feel like the anime community, like, business wise, is very divided. Very like, I'm in this lane. I'm in this lane. I'm in this lane. Like, we could all come together and be doing something fun. And so that's what that was.
Okay. Do you have a team that actually worked with you regarding the design of some of your toys?
Currently, I have a manufacturer for my toys. And when I go from being a small business to like a larger business, I can design my own toys and, you know, have them do whatever I want them to do. And I have ideas. I write them down, do stuff like that. I do have a girl that made my logo. Shout out to Olivia. Thank you. She made my logo. She helped me with my Twitch stuff. Like, so she's one of the graphic designers that I've worked with. Another guy I worked with helped me build my website. But as far as like the actual business, we just have the manufacturer for the toys. So everything else is in a slowly but surely, like, I'm in communications with people, but it is tough. It is tough because a lot of people don't want to be in this type of industry, and it's understandable. It's fine. I get it. But I know y'all be fucking, so don't act like don't act like what I'm doing is so crazy and so out. Oh my gosh, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I can't promote pornographic content, and I'm just like, you promote pornographic content at night in your bed. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I don't understand, because I know you're gonna be a customer, and that's okay. Be a customer, but don't like knock my business in the daylight and then like support me at night. Like, I don't appreciate stuff like that. But I'm working with people that want to work with me. That's what that is.
I'm sorry. I'm just still not with the fact that you just literally said, I was like, I know y'all be fucking. This is like,
they
okay,
do.
Well, I mean, you're not lying. If
they did not be out of business.
I mean, you're not wrong. Listen, sex is going to be around as long as the human race exists. So,
okay,
shoot, as long as I don't even want to say, as long as the animal kingdom exists, sex is going to be a thing.
Okay, whatever Lion King said. Yeah, whatever the light touches, things gonna be touched.
Okay, first off, the fact that you tried to invoke Lion King into that is
Yeah,
heinous. That is very heinous.
the animal kingdom.
I know, but that's not where I was going with that. That being said, if you're a furry,
If you're a
I'm just
furry,
gonna leave
we
it at
also
that.
have tails.
Hey, yo.
That is
We
okay.
have
Well,
tail plugs, different colors.
this is what I got into, ladies and gentlemen. But we are here. That being said, again, as you stated before, like it's a business that a lot of people don't want to be associated with because for some reason there is this stigma against sex in general. So have you dealt with any backlash just because you decided to get into a business that promotes sex?
I'm so glad you asked that. It is very, very hard to promote my business. Like, it's hard to get the word out because it's not everything is so like we're a family establishment. Okay, like that's great. I love that, but there would be no family without what I'm doing. So,
Well,
so but things like people don't get the behind the scenes of having an adult toy line. So me trying to collaborate and like do marketing on Instagram, they shut me down. I can't even have an Instagram shop. They sent me an email and was like,
wow.
Yeah, they were like, we can't even promote your products. We haven't found anything on your site that we can post up. They shut me down. Facebook shut me all the way down. They were like, you can't even have a membership. So
well, that's crazy. Well, if Instagram shut you down, I'm pretty sure, since Facebook and Instagram are under the same business, that kind of makes sense. That's still crazy to hear.
Facebook, Instagram, even like being on TikTok, I can't say anything really about my business. I can't, if I go live and like try to talk about the products, they'll ban my lives, like things like that. So it's hard to get it out there.
TikTok
is very strict.
Wow. That's interesting to hear.
Yeah. So I can't open up an Instagram shop, TikTok shop, like any of that stuff. They will not work with me.
I hear you. So how are you able to promote other than through Twitter /X/ whatever the fuck that website is?
I'll call it by its government name. So Twitter,
yeah.
It's easier to do it on there, but it's still hard. Just because it's hard to find like my audience. It's hard to find like it's very difficult. And then I'm not good with social media marketing. I just be like, look, my website got what you need. Just go on there and look. Like I'm not good at it. So it's hard for me to do that. It may not seem like it, but I'm very, very shy. Like making videos in private, it's hard. If I don't get it by the third take, it will never be made. Like that video is chalked because I can't. I'm not gonna keep doing it. And so it's easier on Twitter, but it's also still hard. So my business is very much word of mouth right now until I start, which was I was going to say earlier, venturing off into the cons I'm going to. So I will be at Kimochi Con in May in Texas. So if I see you, say hi.
Okay. For my audience, could you explain what Kimochi Con is?
This is actually the first I've ever heard of it, but Kimochi Con is an 18 plus convention, like anime convention. So anybody under 18, you just can't be there. It gives ecchi-con. I'm not gonna lie. So like a lot of the restrictions that you see at other cons where they're like, you gotta cover up, you have to have on tights, you can't show too much. They don't care. Like they're just like, come however you are, cover up the main bits, but if you want to have a thong, you wear that thong proudly. And so I feel like that'll be my first time going out, and my cosplay will involve some of my products, and I can promote that way, give out business cards, talk about it. And it's going to be very, very scary for me because, like I said, I'm shy.
Hey, listen, I get it. and I understand, and hopefully you'll be able to, step out on faith and just do what, do what you do. Honestly, just got to take that step forward. But
Yeah.
this is coming from someone who is also kind of, well, I ain't gonna say shy anymore. I'm just very introverted. But as I've gotten older, it's just like, man, you know what? Ain't no point in me being shy about it anymore, about a lot of things in my life. So
Yeah.
I think as you grow into a business owner, it's going to become more natural for you. Don't force it, obviously, but as you continue to promote yourself, I know that you're going to find different mediums to do that. Speaking of which, I know that as we talked about, social media has been very strict as far as your promotion. So I'm just going to throw it out there. Have you tried maybe some adult sites as far as promoting your work?
What do you mean by adult sites? Give me an example of the adult sites I should be on. Kid the Pro, the
Oh, Lord
Yonko,
Jesus.
the Encore, do you want more? Where should I
Here we
be
go.
looking? Where should I be looking?
I was throwing an idea out there that if there were any adult sites, like we talking X videos, we talking Pornhub, we talking
Keep going. Yeah, put
any
me
adult
on.
social media sites out there. I'm just saying. Listen, again, for my audience, look, I'm 32, about to be 33 this year. Like, let's be real, we're all adults. We all know that these sites exist. Let's not act like some of us don't go and visit them almost every day.
There you
If
go.
if it's every day, that's a problem. But yeah, you know what I mean.
There you go. Every other day, he said, you good. Have some gaps in between.
I mean, yeah,
Make
but
them miss you.
in any case, I'm just throwing that out there. Like, if there are any adult sites, or have you searched for any adult sites or any adult social media sites that you might be able to promote your work in? I just wanted to see if that was something that you had thought of, or maybe that could be an idea that I just threw out there. If you haven't started yet and you do, I want my producer credits. I just want to let you know.
Well, then I retract the statement I was gonna put out. Then
See,
it's definitely an idea that I hadn't thought about, but I did sort of think about trying to collab with like OnlyFans, like content creators, Fansly, like those content creators. I've been thinking of reaching out to them, being like, hey, I have some products. If you could promote them, use them, have a great time, because they're really, really good products. I ain't gonna sell y'all no bullshit, let me tell you. But
okay.
I've been thinking about reaching out to them, but I do know that a lot of them are like, we need to get paid for that, and I'm not rich yet, so I'm gonna do my best. I'll say that I will do my best. I got 5 on it, friend. Help the girl out.
Hey, sounds good. But at least you have an idea of what you want to do and how you want to promote yourself. So regardless of that fact, you're still working towards a goal. So ultimately, I hope that things will be successful for you. Now, as we talk about products again, I know it's sex toys, but are the products just based on a particular sex, or are they for everybody? We talk male, female, or non-binary, or otherwise.
If you have a hole, or you have something to stick into a hole, I am your girl. Okay, let me tell you. And my website is very, there's categories as persons with vaginas, persons with penises. I understand. I am very sensitive to that. So, just go to your category, whatever you want, and I got you.
Okay, cool. So pretty much your products are for everybody. You got something for everybody.
You got a hole, I can feel it.
Hey, yo.
There was a joke in there somewhere, but
somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone. Okay. So let's talk about if you've had any success stories so far about your products. Like, has there been anybody who's like bought the product and has had like extreme, let me not say extreme pleasure, but they have been satisfied with the products that they've bought?
I've had customers post pictures of their boxes, like, oh my gosh, my stuff is here, and I was like, wow, you just telling people what you about to be doing. Okay, I'm here for it. Yeah. And I also have like if you don't want anything to fill your hole, then we have games. I have like command dice, roll the dice. It tells you lick this, touch that. This is the like it has pictures of positions on it. I have do or drink. I have talk, flirt, dare. I have like cards for a sex position every day of the year. I have 50 positions of bondage. If you like to be tied up and hoisted up into the air like a flag, I got all that. I have all of that for you.
Oh my God. Hoisted like a flag is crazy.
Hoisted like a flag. Okay?
No, that would be.
I'll call you the Jolly Roger.
Listen, because I can only imagine somebody yelling "hoist the colors" during sex.
Okay, and they just yeah, good stuff, hot.
Oh my God. Okay, wow. That might be a clip that I have to put because I ain't never thought about that until you said something like, "Oh man, like the suspended in the air thing." Obviously, I haven't had an experience with that yet because I haven't met a person who is interested in that kind of bondage and being hoisted up into the air. But just because you said that, and the fact that you use the alliteration to a flag, that is crazy, y'all. Okay, so for those of you who like to do one piece in bed, by all means, this is.
And if you haven't met anybody that wants to do one piece in bed, just practice your knots because they are out there. Okay.
Hey, I hear it. Shh. I'm gonna be. You know what? I'm gonna leave that joke alone.
That's
for off the air. That is for off the air. But that is off the air.
New side of kid today, okay?
For those who don't know, like y'all know that I'm. Granted, when I usually conduct interviews, I try to be professional, and y'all try to see like the more tame side of me. But for those who really know me, like, there's a reason I named this thing the Chaotic Culture Podcast because I can get chaotic, and this is going to be a very chaotic episode. So, some people know.
As long as I got something to say about it, it will be.
I mean, that's kind of why I invited you here. I was like, we haven't done a crazy ass episode in a minute, and if you've heard other episodes in the past, like, listen. Some of the not the questions I ask, but some of the guests that I have, they bring out that side of me, and it's like, y'all go get to see a side of me that y'all don't see often. So, I mean, I'm a cool dude. I'm chill most of the time, but yes, I do have some crazy thoughts here and there, and they do come out on this podcast. See, let's not get into that. Let's not get into that. I have trade secrets that I'm keeping in a lockbox. Please, ma'am,
that'll do it.
Do not open that lockbox, at least not on this pod. Now on others, I might just be like, you know what, go ahead, do what it do. But on this pod, nah. That part I'm keeping in a safe, closed away for another time. There will be a time where I
start me a podcast because I want to unlock the box.
Oh, see, here you go. Let's not. I'm interviewing you. Don't turn this around. Once again, y'all see what I do what I have to deal with on a daily basis. Like every time
I'm not even like this for real.
Don't let her lie to you like that. Do not let her lie to you like that. Nah, like listen, there are times where like I would call her and my behind would have her on speakerphone and just some of the random stuff will come out and I'm just like, you're on speakerphone, right?
Don't ever put me on speaker. Don't ever put me on speaker.
I've learned not to put her on speakerphone, at least not in my mom's house. I've learned not to do that.
I promise you, not in anybody's house. I've had people, I'm just like, I'll blurt something out and they're like, all right, my mom heard you. And I'm just like, that's on fucking you. I don't know. Because why would you do that? Why would you do that? It's me.
As we've come to learn. Speaking of just rewinding back to the idea of being seducing people in order to be a bad influence, like now as you said before, if someone says no, of course you don't pressure them and whatnot, but when you say that, like if someone is actively drinking or participating in other activities, what gives you the idea to get them to do more and shit like that? Like why do you have that mindset to, I'm gonna make this person drink until they can't drink no more, I'm gonna make this person smoke till they can't smoke no more? Like what
it's not till they can't no more. It's just if I'm in your presence and I haven't seen you drink anything, I'm gonna think that you're not doing it or that you're babysitting. Or if I look and I'm like, okay, cat's over there, he got us a drink, okay, and I look back and he still got the same cup, I'm be like, okay, hold on, let me go ahead and fix that real quick, and then I'll literally get you to drink it, and I'll walk away and go about my business. And I'll probably
You ain't got to worry about me babysitting no cup. Like if there's a cup in my hand, it'll be gone. Trust me, it'll be gone.
And I wasn't even doing anything crazy. Like I literally walking up, hey, drink it for me, tip it back,
Lord.
drink it for me.
Not you putting the charms on people and making them do things that they normally wouldn't do.
They'll be fine. They all had a great time.
Oh Lord Jesus. So, and I honestly I gotta tell this story because now this is kind of unrelated, but I just want people to know how I actually met this young lady. I met her through social media officially, but it was actually during DreamCon where I actually first saw her. And it was one of those things where like we didn't like really interact, but there were certain people that we were mutual friends with. But that being said, I forgot what was the name of that damn club.
The name of the club was Girls Drink Free, so that's why I was there.
Well, yeah, clearly. I just remember seeing this young lady at the club, and I was like, oh, who was that? I don't think I recognized them. Okay. Never mind that we were part of a certain Discord that I had no idea until like light bulbs started to click after we talked. I'm like, oh wait, it's that Jay. Wow, okay. And then seeing more pictures, I was like, wait a minute, I ran into her at DreamCon. I just didn't, we didn't have a full blown conversation.
We didn't even talk. We didn't have. I don't think we actually had a conversation until way after DreamCon.
Yep.
Because I posted like flashes, like a video on my TikTok, and I was watching it back, and I was like, that's Ken in my video.
Yep.
And then you like text me, you were like, hey, I saw me in your video. And I was like, we're at the same club and didn't even talk.
Right. It is so crazy how people can just meet randomly. But hey, things happen like that. I'm thankful for it because look, any conversation that we had is kind of like how this interview is going. It's just random, crazy, fun, good talks, and a whole bunch of shenanigans.
You let me shenan once, I'm for sure shenan again.
Yeah, Indeed. So, let me ask. Of course, we've asked like about the success stories. Now, I want to say outside of promoting your product, what's like the hardest thing about having this business in general?
So when I was first, like when I got my first orders, I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to get these cute little boxes and I'm going to ship them out. They're going to be so cute. I get the boxes. I pack the products. I go to the post office and the boxes don't fit in any of the postage boxes. And like I said, I'm very shy. So I'm panicking trying to shove these boxes like in there and I'm looking for other ones. I freaked out so bad. I literally just left. I was like, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna order some other boxes.
Wow.
I was so like, it was nerve-wracking. So I was like texting my customers like, hey, I have to order new boxes. They'll be here tomorrow. I promise I'm gonna ship out your stuff. They're like, girl, don't worry about it. It's only been a couple days. And I'm like, no, I need to get you your stuff. Don't tell people I don't get my stuff out. And I'm like freaking out. But it wasn't bad. But I think it's like, I think the hardest part is my brain moves faster than what's happening. So I'm like, I need to get this. I need to buy this. I need to buy this right now. And now I'm just sitting with a bunch of stuff and nothing's happening. I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Like I have all this stuff and nothing's happening. And so like, there's like having a small business, there's like gaps. Like I'll get a bunch of orders. Like when I launched during my Twitch stream, I got orders during my stream and I got orders after that. And I was getting orders during Christmas and like stuff like that. And then January came, just gap for a week. 1 week, no order. 2 weeks, no order. And I'm just like, okay, I have all this stuff in my house and I have more stuff on the way. What's happening? And you start to freak out a little bit. And I have to like keep reminding myself, hey, you literally only had the business for going on 2 months now.
Right.
Relax. Like you're not Adam and Eve yet. You're not, those big brands yet. Things are going to be slow at first and things are, not going to go your way. And you're going to hear a lot of no's and you have to be okay with that. Starting a business, you have to be okay. You're not, and there might be some people out the gate, you're off to the races. But some people, it takes a minute. And I'm one of those people, it takes a minute. And I'm okay with that because the orders I get, I wish y'all could see me. Every time I get the little ding, I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody wants something. Like, let me go pack it right now. And I'll just be like, crap, I need to order it. Okay, I gotta text my manufacturer. Like, I try to make sure I'm counting my inventory. Okay, I'm running low on this. Let me get 5 more of those. I text her. She's super, super, super sweet. And my manufacturer is actually in China. And she is like, so, you know, they're like super, like, way, like, what, 12 hours ahead of us?
Something like that.
And she'll text me and be like, it's late in the US, go to bed. And I'm just like, girl, give me my shit. It's okay. I'll sleep later. She was like, no, go to bed. We'll talk about it tomorrow. It's okay. Like, she's super understanding and very, very sweet. And she gets me my stuff. Great communication. So she calms me down. But it's constantly like me having to remind myself, this is new. This is fresh. Everything's not going to be perfect. Things are going to go wrong. You have to be okay with that. And yeah.
Well, first and foremost, the face and the look of excitement that you get when someone actually orders something, I think honestly says it all. And as long as that really makes you happy, I think ultimately that's what's going to drive you forward. So definitely listen, if I could just turn the camera around and show you what you look like, but I'm pretty sure you'll see the video podcast later on anyway, but just see when you look like when you actually mentioned how excited you got when someone, you know, orders something. I think that really shows that you do love what you do. And as you said, as being a business owner, you're going to experience no's, you're going to go into those pitfalls, and then sometimes you have to go back and maybe change up your business model. You have to, you know, think about your expenses, your profits, things of that nature. This is coming from someone who majored in business, so I know all of that, all of the pitfalls. And trust me, doing the math sometimes it's just kind of like it can get frustrating. But at the same time, if you really enjoy doing what you do, then the best thing to say is, you know, just keep going. And I think, you know, for a 2-month start, you're really on the roll now. Now, again, I know with that break in January, things might have seemed a little bleak, but also because, you know, Christmas time was over and the holidays were over. And as a business owner, a lot of my business outside of this dropped off. So I know I'm like, okay, well, for people who actually have products, I know it's probably going to be a little bit of a drop off because you know, people aren't going to be buying shit because either they broke or they don't have a need for it yet.
Right.
So,
but it's very important to love what you do as a business owner. A lot of people don't know, but during COVID, I had another business that I started, and it was anime-based skincare products.
Oh, okay.
We're seeing a theme. It was anime-based skincare products. So I had like sugar scrubs that were like the colors of characters. Like I had like what was it? It was like black. What was it? Black, green, and orange. And that was my Bakugo sugar scrub, and it smelled like this. Like it was a whole thing. And that business was actually called the Goddess Touch, and that came from this African store I used to go to, and every time I walked in, he's like, goddess, oh my gosh, goddess. And I was like, every time he said that, like I would just light up like, I am a goddess. What the fuck? Like, let me act like it. Like I'm over here walking around like I'm regular. Like, and I don't want anybody to walk around like they're regular. Y'all are it. Okay. And you have to know that. You have to feel that, because if you feel it, other people will see it and they'll treat you that way. And so that's where that came from. That's where Jayy Tha Goddess came from. I was like, I'm going to walk in that, live in that. But that business I didn't love it. I was just like, this is fun. I like showering. I like smelling good. You know, it's cool. It's great. And then it just started to get overwhelming, and I didn't like it. And I would get an order and be like, I'll do it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And when I started to realize I was doing that, I was like, just stop. I was like, I know people love it. They were raving about it. I did really, really good for like a year. Like I did 1 full year with that business. It was great. It was booming. And I just stopped. I was like, I had fun, guys, but I don't love it. And I'm never going to do something that I don't love.
Indeed. Well, for one, thank you for that advice, because again, you should always do what you love. And sometimes I know us out here who are in the workforce often go to jobs that we do not love for now. But still, you know, when you find something that you are really passionate about and that you actually love doing it, then by all means, please be sure that you pursue it, because yeah, you don't want to get stuck doing something that you're going to regret for the rest of your life. So to hear that, and to hear that you had a business before, but that you didn't love it despite the fact that it was going good, that really just tells you that, you know, sometimes even successful ideas does not mean that it's something that you want to do. And it might be successful for somebody else and they might love it, but if you don't love it, then there's no point in doing it. So I'm just happy to hear that you had something going at first, didn't like it, but now that you are doing something that you do like and do like talking about, and that's something that is hopefully that you'll, you know, carry until, you know, you old and gray, and you can pass it on to your kids at this point.
Yeah.
So
It's family business right here.
Absolutely.
So
it's all, I told y'all it's always gonna be something. So let me ask this now. Again, most of us on this podcast love anime. I know that particularly there's a few of us who will extensively talk about anime on this podcast, 3 of us to be more precise. But I did want to ask what inspired the anime theme. I know that, you know, anime might be a big love of ours, but why the theme of anime for your business?
I'm sorry. Okay.
No, you're fine.
I'm trying to figure out how to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Nerds are nasty. Baby. Boy, let me tell you, they be out there like on some wicked stuff, and I'm just like, yo, and I just love seeing it. Like, you know, I'm heavy on bring back shame because some of y'all need to relax. But
this is facts though.
But I like seeing, like, I noticed every time I would get like on Twitter, I just see like timeline sleep, everybody what kind of hours, and we doing this, and I'm like, you guys are like outrageously horny. I can do something about this. I can fix this epidemic we're in right now. No, but I just like how you said earlier, you know, people watch Pornhub, people watch stuff like that, and I've never been big into like watching porn. Like, I don't really care. It's like whatever. I do like porn with plot though. I need to know why we're fucking. Like, how did we get here? There's no reason I'm like that should be in there for no reason. I need to know how we got here. But I noticed I was really, really big into hentai and like ecchi and like the tension and all that. So like for some reason it animated gets me going. So like, I know I'm not the only one. So when I see like people's art and like there's like sexy characters and stuff like that, I'm just like, I can do that. Like, I'm just very big on, I see something, I'm like, I can do that.
Okay, word. That's crazy that you talk about porn with plot, because I know a lot of people out there who are just like, nah, I just want to get to the, you know, to the action and then that's it.
No, why are we fucking? Like, who are you?
Like
what?
How did we get here?
How did we get here? Like, why am I naked? No, I'm gonna have too many questions. I need you to ring the doorbell and talk to me, and is your family home? And I need all that. Okay, did you do your homework? And I'm your babysitter. Okay, but like not the freaky kind of babysitter. Like
right. It's crazy that you mentioned that once again, because I think that a lot of and I don't do this often, ladies and gentlemen, but I just, again, when you're adults, you know that when it comes to certain kind of acting within porn, it can get very unrealistic. So it's absolutely terrible. That's why it's like,
I hate their moans. I hate everything. Like, please shut the fuck up. Like, you have to get out.
Listen. And I only say that because we haven't had somebody moan on this podcast in over a year. So
that was not real.
Nah. That one was not real. It's just I have to laugh because it literally hasn't happened in almost a year, and I'm looking at a few individuals right now. If you're still listening to this podcast, I blame you for this, but in any case, yeah. Hey, listen, I get it, but shout out to Porn with Fly, and definitely shout out to the nasty nerds, not the I don't how I want to explain this. Not the super weird nerds that are crazy. We're talking about just nerds in general who are good people and are a blessing to see on the timeline. Yes, a lot of us are nasty as hell, so
a lot of
it is
y'all.
what it is. So it's glad to see that you actually have provided a product for those nasty nerds. And again, we all love anime out here, so why not use something that we love and use it to our advantage? So
yeah, I can show you guys a couple of the characters I came up with, like based on products that I already have, just because, like, let me tell you, like they went crazy for like this octopus. Can I say dildo? Oh my god!
I mean, you might as well. We don't talk about everything else. I was about to say, wait a minute, is it octopussy?
No, I need to get me some octopussies, okay? But it's an octopus.
Here we go.
It's an octopus dildo, but I have like, and it's a dude, so like in advance. But I have an octopus man to go with my octopus dildos. Don't worry. To the men or to whoever likes women, I have an octopus woman too. She has great tits. Awesome. And then I have like these super hot dragon characters because I have I'm trying to figure out how to filter myself, but I can't. I have these dragon dicks. They're so pretty, like they're really, really pretty colors. They're super duper ribbed, crazy. Okay. You ever wanted to fuck a dragon? So I have like this dragon girl.
Dragon fucking crazy.
Super pretty. And then this dragon guy. Look at him. He's so hung, you guys. But I have like
I asked for this, ladies and gentlemen.
You did. I have characters like that based on products, but I also have characters based off of like things that I like. Okay. Because I don't know what it is, but I am super into elves. Okay. Like elvish people, maybe it's the ears. I don't know.
Well, interesting. Good to know.
Good to
speaking know. Again, hey, I'm just saying. Speaking of which, have you watched Freewind since we're talking about elves?
I haven't because I am one of those people that waits till the hype dies down to like watch an anime, especially on Twitter. Y'all already know how y'all are. Y'all be ruining shit. So I'm gonna just wait. Or y'all be like overhyping stuff. And I'm just like, this kind of sucks a little bit. But God. But I am gonna watch it. It's on my list.
Okay.
Is it about elves?
Yes, it's about one particular elf who has went on a journey and goes on another journey. And in this universe, elves live like a super long time. We're talking thousands of years.
Oh, so they're experienced.
Very, very. But this particular elf, Freewind is, and I'm just gonna drop a tiny bit of a spoiler for you. Freewind as a character is very, very nonchalant. Because I mean, when you've lived that long, obviously, there's gonna be things that don't surprise you anymore. But it's not the fact that it doesn't come off that she doesn't care, because she actually does. When you see her party go along throughout their journey, you see that she does actively care for them. It's just her attitude is very kind of like, like she doesn't really react strongly to anything. Like something could be completely surprising to somebody else. It's just kind of like, meh.
Been there, done that. Seen
right,
it.
Exactly. That's kind of what it is. And she's also susceptible to like certain traps or mimics. So she'll see a treasure chest. She's like, oh wait, there's something. I know that there's a grimoire in there. And it'll be a trap, and like the box will close on her. And she's like, can y'all help me get out of here? And just so nonchalantly. And they're just like, we told you it was a mimic. And she was like, I could have sworn there was something in there. And I'm like, you're supposed to be this super experienced mage and you fall for a mimic every time. That is nuts.
That is funny. I'm gonna start that today because that sounds funny. I'm gonna start that.
Yeah, but it's a very very great show. I promise you'll love it. So let us ask some more questions outside of the business. What is like your favorite anime right now? I mean,
One
I
Piece.
was gonna see if there was something else outside of the obvious. So, but for those who are not watching the video and you're listening, if you could just say it.
I have a giant Luffy behind me, and I also have the Thousand Sunny, and then I have 2 One Piece mangas right here, and yeah, and I also
Yeah.
have a One Piece tattoo right here and up here,
So she's a straw hat, ladies and gentlemen.
through and through.
Where, hey, you gotta ask these questions, because there are some people who won't see the video. So
And you're lost. I look awesome today, but
let me not gas you up anymore.
outside of One Piece, let's see, newer things that I'm watching. I just caught up on A Sign of Affection.
Mm-hmm.
Tears. Oh my gosh, I fucking love them. Itsuomi is a man, y'all. But I love Sign of Affection. I have been watching Solo Leveling, but I'm gonna wait to binge it. That is a binger for sure, because those cliffhangers are crazy, and
Yes, they are.
I
Absolutely insane cliffhangers. They've gotten a little better with the last couple of episodes. I'm like, okay, the cliffhangers are not that bad. But in the beginning, I was like, yo, y'all are leaving us on that. What the? Let me not cuss. But yeah, I was like, yo, what the hell? Come on, man. Like, I need more. But
yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna have to binge that, because that I can't take it. Relax.
Hey, I hear you. I hear you. Solo Leveling is definitely like that. You will definitely enjoy it whenever you get the opportunity to binge it. Next week is a recap episode, which that's frustrating, but it is what it is, I guess.
I literally was just like, well, okay.
Yeah. And listen, I honestly was gonna pick up the manhwa, or the webtoons, but I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna watch, and if the first season is just really, really that good, then I'll jump into reading it. I usually do that for a certain anime. Like if I really, really enjoy it and I just can't put it down anymore, then I'm gonna hop into the manga. Jujutsu Kaisen was one of those. Like I enjoyed it so much, I'm like, nope, I'm reading from this point forward.
I read it, and I just want you peer pressure manga readers to know I was okay being anime only. Okay, I have been bedridden off these animes. Okay, because I can't stop crying. All these mangas, I cannot stop crying, and now I'm ahead, and like I know things that I shouldn't know, and I'm just like, I can't take it. Like I caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen, so I think there's like a new chapter that I haven't read yet.
Yeah, it came out today.
Kaisen, caught up on One Piece. You One Piece manga readers? Oh my god! Like I'm not gonna talk about it, because every time I bring it up, I start crying, and I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah, no, please don't spoil it, because listen, as someone who was not originally into One Piece, just because I figured it would take a long time to get caught up, I am currently in Eni's lobby, and I'm enjoying the ride so far. So please don't spoil anything.
No, you'll enjoy I would never spoil. You enjoy that ride. It's great. I did binge One Piece fast when I started. It took me 5 months, but the only reason it took me that long is because I switched from dub to sub, so I had to like actually sit and like read the episode, so that was tough. But it did take me 5 months to just get through that, and that is the wildest roller coaster in itself. Like if somebody was just like watching me from the outside, they're just like, why is she crying? Why is she laughing? Why is she dancing? What? Are you okay? Like there's so many emotions all the time. It's a lot. I love One Piece.
Word. Okay, so I'm gonna ask a few like rapid fire questions, because I believe we are coming to the end of this interview here. Which, once again, Jay, I definitely appreciate you for joining us and talking a little bit about yourself and about this business. Again, guys, we're going to have uncomfortable conversations, because we're going to feature, Black business owners here who may do stuff out of the norm. So, we want to be sure that we give a message out to every single one of you guys that if there's something that you're passionate about, go for it. It could be about cooking. It could be about, being in corporate America. It could be about sex. We just want to leave the door open for everyone, especially for our Black folk, that there are going to be some things that you didn't think about you wanted to get into, but if you're passionate about it, that door is always going to be open for you to do something that you're passionate about. So
yeah, open up,
please, you don't have to be conventional. That's the key word here. And then especially for those of us who are Black people, we really can't afford to be conventional, to be honest. We have to do things outside of our norm, just for us to get ahead in life. So I say that to say thank you once again, Jay, for bringing this to the table. And just know that, again, to my audience, it's a little different, but the conversations are necessary. So with that in mind, let us ask a few questions here from a rapid fire perspective. Okay. Soundtrack to your life.
Jesus Christ. Soundtrack to my life. What's it called? I fucking suck with names. This is a song that goes, one night, then one more time. Thanks for the memories.
Okay. Thanks for the memories.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes a lot of people, don't get into rock like they should, but hey, listen.
Whole playlist, like I be turned up.
Hey, me too. I literally have a whole playlist, and Fall Out Boy is definitely on that playlist, like a few times.
Absolutely.
So for my audience, again, y'all know that I talk about hip hop culture and R&B culture because we Black. It's the music that we have control of right now, quote unquote. But still, like, I love rock. And Beyonce is literally about to drop a country album, and my behind, who does not like country, is actually going to listen to it because I want to hear it. I'm literally that invested. But anyway, let me get off topic. Let me get back on topic here. Speaking of R&B artists, favorite R&B artist, if you have one.
Does Jill Scott count?
Yes, she
Okay,
absolutely counts. She absolutely counts.
I'm not good with like this is this genre. So I'm just like, I like that person and whatever they're doing.
Yeah. And listen, I know a lot of people consider her like neo soul, which is like a subgenre of R&B, but she's still R&B.
Yeah, I love Jill Scott.
Got it. Favorite rap artist, if you have one. Dang, no favorites.
Y'all cool though.
Sad story out here, man. Rap out. Okay, is there a rapper that you can tolerate listening to?
I don't dislike rappers, but it's just like I'm not. You know what? Kim the Man. I fucking love her.
Okay, there we go. All right, favorite pop star, if you have one.
You're embarrassing the shit out of me right now.
I ask these questions all the time.
Name some pop stars for me. I don't know.
Olivia Rodrigo, Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus. I'm just throwing some out there. Sam Smith.
Next question.
Okay. She said,
you naming all these white folks during Black History Month is crazy.
I was gonna name some Black pop stars too. I was like, you could have said Michael Jackson. There's Khaled. There's, I guess, Normani. Technically,
yeah, all three of them.
Oh, okay. Well, there it is.
Yeah, I fuck with them.
Okay, hell, even Beyonce is technically a pop artist.
No.
Oh, damn, not a Beyonce fan.
I'm not. Don't come for me, y'all. But I'm not.
I'm not BAHD. Trust me, you're fine. Now, I don't know what the rest of my audience is gonna say, but yeah, listen.
Okay.
You're fine.
If I hear it, I'll sing it, but I'm not gonna just up and be like, let me listen to some Beyonce.
Oh, okay. Hey, it is what it is. Do you have a favorite Afrobeats or African artist that you like?
What the fuck is his name? I do. What is his name? He worked with Rotimi. I really like Rotimi. Is he considered R&B? He might be considered R&B. But he worked with this guy that did Afrobeats, and he is fire. I know Rotimi. This is called Rapid Fire.
Yeah, it is rapid fire, but I mean, yeah, you can take your time if you need to look them up.
I'm
I'm trying to
terrible
think.
at
Was
looking
it? Was it? See, now you got me thinking. Shoot.
right.
Who was it? Who was it? Who was it? Let's see. Now I'm about to sit here and think about this for a minute. I'm looking at his last album. None of these. I don't know if any of these are Afro artists or Afrobeats artists, but we can always revisit it. No big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put a pin in that. Do you have a reggae artist or a dancehall artist that you like?
Why are you doing this to me? Like, are we in a fight right now?
No. I'm not trying to embarrass you. I promise.
Terrible. Ask me about movies or like TV shows.
I'm
like,
getting to that.
I know that shit.
But you know, my podcast is based in music. It's not a music podcast, but it's based in music. So that's why I asked the music
Bob
questions.
Marley.
Okay.
And then circling back to the Afro beats, what's his name? DeVito.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Oh, and Burna Boy.
Burna Boy.
I like. Do they count?
Okay. Yes, they count. They absolutely do count.
Can we cut this last like 20 minutes?
Nah, this going on. This going on the pod, man. I'm
like,
sorry.
Playing the fuck out of it.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you, but
It's cool. I'm ready. Next question.
All right, okay. Do you want me to stick with music, or do you want me to change the subject?
Hell no! Come on, big money, no whammies. What the fuck?
No. Okay. All right. Favorite rock band if you have one.
You fucking hate me. I don't know.
You could have said Fall Out Boy. There we go.
Was it Fall Out Boy? Panic at the Disco?
Okay. See?
Does Evanescence count?
Yes, they do.
Paramore? No.
Paramore, yes, they absolutely
all of
consider
them
rock.
motherfuckers.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know if they're metal or rock, but I will throw them in there. Sleep Theory. During Black History Month, they do have a black lead singer, screamer, whatever they're called. Sleep Theory. Woo!
Sleep Theory. Okay. bet. All right, let's change it up a little bit. Favorite game?
Uno, Twister. Cards Against Humanity.
Okay. All good choices. Favorite video game right now?
Evil West. Okay. Let me
Uh-uh.
tell y'all. It's my motherfucking shit. I am 62% done with that game right now.
Okay.
I love
Good. Keep going, because every time that I watch you on your streams with Evil West, it seems like something's always going on.
I love Evil West.
Where
That's my favorite.
Cool. All right, and I think I had a couple more here. What was that? I did favorite game. We did favorite video game. We already asked favorite anime throughout the end. Okay. Favorite movie.
My favorite movie, like of all time.
Yeah.
The Wood.
That is a great fucking choice.
I fucking love that movie.
Yes.
I don't know nothing about any sets. I'm from North Carolina.
Great pick. Okay.
I
favorite
think
food.
Cody. Bacon cheeseburgers. Chicken.
Okay. All right. And I think that'll do a favorite TV show outside of anime, and this will be it.
I have a few that I'm like wrapping up right now. So Good Trouble was my shit. They're on their last season, which I'm sad about, but I get because y'all been running this shit for entirely too long. Good Trouble. I'm watching Love is Blind right now. Okay. I won't spoil it, but I would tell everybody to watch that shit because that is crazy.
I don't want to get into it. Listen, there are certain shows that I cannot do, or I just have to laugh at. And anytime someone makes me watch reality TV, I'm just like, really?
I'm gonna make you watch it.
Oh Lord,
we're gonna watch it.
I'm probably gonna watch it eventually, but yeah.
Yeah, I know because I said so.
See, she's bullying me, guys. Already.
My turn. This is my podcast now. So, Ked, since we were talking about sex, what's your favorite position?
My favorite position?
Mm-hmm.
To my audience, again, forgive me. I like reverse cowgirl.
Okay. He said,
So-
hold my ankles, y'all. That's what he said. He said, no stupid.
Listen. I can do any position with whatever it is whatever, but something about seeing a young lady on top, whether she's facing me, that's fine. That's really fine too. But then when she's in that reverse position, it's like shit. But yeah.
I'm having fun.
See? But yeah.
This is fun. Oh my gosh. Favorite sex memory?
It's actually one that I cannot talk about.
Damn.
Yeah, I'll give you my second favorite instead, because the favorite one, yeah, I unfortunately I'm sworn to secrecy on that one. Yeah, favorite sex memory. It actually came in college. It was 2012. Hurricane Sandy was coming through on our end. We didn't get hit hard, but obviously New York caught the brunt of it. But still, it was actually during homecoming when Sandy was coming. And at the time, I was talking to a young lady. She's married now, so I'm not going to say her name. But still, it was after homecoming, the homecoming game. We went home. I went back to my crib. She came along. We were. There had been a lot of tension between us because we just said, we wanted to do. We didn't know when we were going to actually do the deed, but we were clearly interested in each other, and we were just like. She said, "I got you on homecoming." I was like, "Oh, okay, well, shit." So things happened. Afterwards, we got home and then played. What did I play? I just went through the Weeknd's entire his trilogy, and I'm not talking like the trilogy like the CD. I'm talking his House of Balloons. We're talking. I started with that, and we ended up going through the entire trilogy before the trilogy actually came out. And so yeah, that's how that night went. It was a very, very interesting experience, to say the least, because there were certain things that I was shy about back then that I'm not so shy about now, but I'm not going to say it for the podcast, that she actually got into, and she actually did one of my fantasies that I was scared to talk about, but she was actually interested in doing it. And granted, I didn't release during that time period. It's just the fact that she actually did it, which made it fun. So
Hercules.
Here we go.
Yeah,
See,
I told you I like it. Last question. Last.
I'm giving her I'm humoring her, guys. So just bear with me. We were almost done.
In 2024, if you could turn on one song at the start of the act, what would it be?
Whew. One song, okay. Because that's a tough one for me, because there are so many songs that I like. I got a whole damn playlist. So I'm gonna have to
There's a playlist, guys.
Yeah, I got a playlist. What you mean? Anytime that I've actually had an encounter, I've always had music playing. Except for the first time when I was still a virgin. But yeah.
That's where the playlist stemmed from. He said, I gotta be prepared next time.
So yeah. Hang on. Let me actually find it, and I will be able to tell you what song that when it comes on, I'm just like, yeah. Oh, you know what? I don't even got to think about it. Between the Sheets, Ozzy Brothers.
Okay. Here we go. It's my podcast. Welcome to Chaotic Culture, okay?
Here we go. Not you changing the name. Now this is a copyrighted podcast. See, don't even go there. Nah, but for real. Hey, listen, I thank you for the questions there, even though some were like, oh, okay. But this is this is why I invited her on here, because there were questions that I knew that were going to be expected and then some a little unexpected. But this is what I bring Jay in here for. Like, if y'all don't know, if you don't think that I'm chaotic, like, listen, this one right here, she'll make sure that I'm definitely showing my chaotic side, because she herself is chaotic.
I'm a palate cleanser.
A palate cleanser, sure, okay. We'll go with that. But anyway, shoot, okay, all right. Is there anybody that you want to shout out, or any Black business highlights that you want to shout out outside of yourself?
I do. Shout out to Olivia, like I said, for making my logo. She is a Black digital artist. I know she is with Orion Tech, but her name on Twitter is Olivia Mason. She is Black. She's a Black digital artist. Go. She's that girl. Okay. So shout out to her. And shout out to me. First of all, I'd like to thank me. Okay. Shout out to Ked for chaotic culture. Okay.
Thank
Keeping
you.
Blackness alive and well. Okay. Making us make sure we're still in touch with our roots.
Of course. Of course. Hey, I appreciate that shout out. You know, I don't get them often, but when I do, it means that I'm actually doing good work, and it shows that I'm actually, doing something good over here. So I definitely appreciate the shout out. So with that, we are going to go ahead and wrap up with the rundown. Now, for those who are not familiar with the rundown, I usually go through all the Black podcast content creators, artists, and businesses who have either been a part of this podcast or who have supported this podcast in one way or another. I am going to try and make this as quick as possible, but shout out to Shogo High and Inside the Mind of a Blurred. Those are the other podcasts that I'm a part of. Please be sure that you join the Patreon for Inside the Mind of a Blurred, as well as the Patreon for Chaotic Culture Podcast, but I'm going to save that for the end. But yeah, definitely a part of that. Shout out to Steve. We're going to have all of our crew members back on here eventually when we do another episode. But as I've said before, we're highlighting Black content creators and Black business owners right now, so it's just gonna be me doing solo interviews until then. So with that, also shout out Mike Check Waifu, Worst Generation Podcast, and Blanime Podcast. Those are three anime podcasts that I support. Goodness gracious, this is what happens when I talk too fast. So if you have not checked out My Check Waifu, please be sure that you do so. Please definitely shout out to Polo Bornfly and King Taliano. They are, when it comes to the seasonal anime, they are absolute experts on the subject, and they watch a lot of anime. So some of your favorites may not get the best score, but listen, they have great taste in anime. So if you need something to listen to as a palate cleanser as far as what's good, what's not, and ultimately what seasonal anime to check out, that is the place to do so. Worst Gen, of course, to my boy GB and the squad. Definitely still a Patreon subscriber to them. If you need to hear some deep analysis on certain anime or certain manga, that's the place to go. And then Blanime with Mike and Sine, y'all know how crazy Mike is on the timeline for those who know about him. So yeah, if you just want to hear some anime shenanigans, Blanime is the way to go. All right. So, hey, it is what it is. But definitely shout out to Truth and Transparency Podcast with Brother X, the Culture Scientist, and Mr. Smith. Shout out to Kay Renee. She hasn't got her podcast back up yet, but please be sure that you check her out on Amazon Kindle under the pen name Sedona Rose. She definitely has novellas there for you to check out. It's So Real with Raquel and Onaji. Dad Needs to Talk with Rob, the Father of Ash. Analytical Where Shit Gets Critical. Geek Set Podcast. Anime Junkies, 3 Weebs in a Podcast. Those Anime Girls. And shout out to The Commute. For our Black content creators, of course, it took me a minute to find them again because I forgot that they changed their name. But shout out to Off Black Magazine with Aaron, who used to go by Black Anime. HBCU Anime with my boy Evan, Yo to the Noobs. Of course, Sundari with my girl Erica. Cerberus Entertainment, Tatted Poodle, The Geechee Gamer. Those are all streamers. Definitely shout out to Icarus Metro Comics with my boy Calvin. Shout out to Gang Hubtaku, who we just had on our last episode here. Shout out to Shelby, who has Simply Janine, Simply Baked, and of course, Rose Less Traveled. Shout out to Strange Keith with Idols to Icons. Toasty Marshmallow, of course, is a content creator that we've had on this platform before. And of course, Simone with By Simone Malcolm. Courtney with None of My Friends Watch Anime. And of course, Scuba Steve and Alpha with Blur Mind Productions. For our Black artists, of course, shout out to NASA, Scoozy, Jack Union, Phil.me, Ellis Quinn, RJ Stackhouse, Quarter, Tyrone Leak Jr., Ariel Lachelle, Zach Hines, and Fortresses, Elena, and Miss Zaynab. And then for our Black businesses, Already Paid by Dre, Fresh Nurse Righteous Minds by Timo, KSS Brand by Christina, Cream Cosmetics by Naima, Mind Over Money by Tremaine, Studio Maho with Pat and Yin, Concept Moon, She Designs 2 with my girl Erin, Black Magic / Lit Wands with Low and T, H4 Creative with Miss Zenobia, Real Estate Stone by Meredith, Sold by Bell by my girl Mariah. Again, we said Blur Mind Studios with Steve. Good vibes only with, again, my co-host Nasa. Scrappy Sentiment with my other co-host Sappy, and now officially Bad Influence with Jay.
Hello.
So, all right, guys, with that, be sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the Chaotic Culture Podcast on your favorite digital streaming platform. Be sure you subscribe to the Patreon for early access to the podcast, early access to the video podcast, and, of course, any bonus episodes that will not be released on DSPs. You can subscribe at any of the 4 levels listed, whether it be $3, $5, $7, or $10. Either way, we appreciate your support. You can follow our podcast page on Facebook at Chaotic Culture Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Chaotic Culture Pod and on Twitter at chaotic_culture. You can follow me, Ked the Pro, that's K3D the Pro, on all social media. You can follow Sappy on all social media at Scraps14. You can follow Miss NASA at _call me NASA on all social media. She's taking a social media break. So again, follow at your own leisure. Be sure that you follow my co-pilot Law at L.JR_96 on Instagram and Law96_ on Twitter. You can follow Jay at Jaylee Trey on all social media, and you can follow Scuba Steve at Scuba Steve 1428 on all social media. And this has been another edition of the Chaotic Culture Podcast. Once again, thank you, Jay, for blessing us with your chaotic energy here and to talk about your business. So until next time, folks, remember, embrace the culture, chaos rules, be blessed, be safe, God is love, and we out.
It's the KKP on your mother flipping airways. Hear the name ringing through the halls and the stairways. You were listening to a pod that can segue all the latest topics, guaranteed to fill your headspace. It's a safe place to voice your opinion. Say what you feel, just like you're a kid again. Kid the Pro and friends, black as obsidian. Chaotic culture, that's the world we living in. So what's the word?
You are now tuned in to the Chaotic Culture Podcast. And